Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to talk about a rig rundown for a really big match I got coming up. I've shot this 2 years in a row now. This will be year number 3. We're talking about Kalashnikon, AK only 2-gun match up in Houston, Missouri. So it's become kind of tradition around here for me to film a little of practice and my setup before we go shoot this match, which is honestly one of my absolute favorite videos to make all year. I love this match so much. I love the people that go. Something that me and my wife enjoy doing with friends. Can't wait for it. Today, I'm already exhausted. We've already done quite a bit. I wish I would have filmed it, but I figured today I would tell you what I like to do before I commit to a big match. I'm driving cross country. You kind of have to, cross your T's and dot your I's way before you ever go do it, way in advance so they don't get caught with your pants down miles away from your home with all your gear and your tools and everything else. So let's talk about what I like to do to get mentally, not so much physically, I know, I'm working on it, and prepared gear-wise for this thing. But before we get into today's video, if you want to support what we do here, make sure you go by thirdpinthreads.com. It keeps the Leviathan paid ads away, and we don't ever have to talk about ball sack razors. We have some really cool AK merch. We got hats, t-shirts, beanies, hoodies, a lot of cool stuff. We even have very few Kalash Bash shirts left over. They're probably gone by the time this video comes out, but I'm supposed to say so. Anyway, that is the best way to support us, and warms my heart when I see this stuff out in the wild, man. It's just so cool. All right, back to the video. So, you just signed up for a big match. What do? Number 1, choose the gun, choose the pistol, choose the gear. This is a 2-gun match, AK only, with pistol. There's a few rules here that we want to read before we go to this match that are absolutely going to determine the type of gear that we have to have for this thing. I'm going to be running 2 AKs at this match. I'm going to run in the iron sight division on Saturday. I'm going to run on the non-magnified optic division on Sunday. I've got my iron sight AK. You have to have a sling because this is a 2-gun match. I myself like to use the blue 4-skier AK sling. I find it very easy to mount to most AKs, and it just looks cool. I like the leather pull tab. Kind of looks like a comm block sling, and it's super comfortable. 2-point sling, that's just what I like to use. For my belt setup, I'm an absolute nerd when it comes to G-code belts. So I have the G-code inner and outer belt. It's an inner Velcro belt that you wear like a normal belt to hold up your pants. That's got Velcro. You have an outer belt that you snap onto it. That's what you connect all your attachments to. You can see here, I'm running the G-code soft shell Scorpions. These are hands down, in my opinion, the best magazines for AK mags. Doesn't matter what caliber. They're elastic, kind of like those old taco mags from back in the day. This is, I think, the ultimate evolution of the bungee cord style holster. They kind of conform to anything, and with AK mags that have these locking tabs that make them very difficult to fit into most mag holsters, they work the best. I'm also running some of their tall pistol mag holsters, also soft shell Scorpions, all the way around. 2 mags of rifle, 2 mags of pistol. And hopefully that's enough to get us through the match. This match requires that we retain every single mag, no matter what, so a dump pouch is definitely ideal. I've made the mistake in the past of running a dump pouch kind of on the back, out of my way, like over my ass bone area. Learned that's not the way to do it. It's just so much easier when we're dumping mags into this thing. If mags are coming out of my left hand, just stuffing them in the bag and moving on, instead of fishing the mag behind my back where I can't see into a dump pouch. I'm running a Maxpedition, I don't know. I bought it off Amazon. It was just what I found. I don't think the bag honestly matters, as long as it's deep enough to hold some rifle mags, and it's not shallow enough where your mags will bounce out when you're running, and you've already got some stuff stowed in there. This year for a pistol on both divisions, I will be running a IWI Jericho. This thing's been pretty pimped out by Dissident Arms. They hooked me up with this thing like a year ago. I've been running it off and on. We finally got it to run really reliable. Got a brand new dot on there. It's pretty sweet. It's got some lightning cuts on the slide. It has an upgraded takedown pin, trigger, and an ambi safety on both sides. And the one for the right-handed shooter definitely acts like a bit of a gas pedal, so it's kind of nice. Running a Vortex Defender CCW, a little micro dot, 3 MOA. I had a 6 MOA on there. It stopped working. Vortex is awesome. Their warranty is damn near unmatched, so they replaced it, no questions asked. Super cool. It's held 0, it stayed tight, it's very nice. And the Dissident grip panels for the Jericho. Basically a CZ75, very close, so if you're used to that, you'll be used to this extremely heavy pistol, but it seems to soak up recoil okay. Back to the G-code. Running the G-code pistol drop leg setup. They're high rise. Pretty nice setup. As far as the rifle for the iron sight division, I'm running again my Arsenal USA K101. Bulgarian receiver, factory barrel Bulgarian 5.56 AK-74 kit. Built by Gordon Tech back in the early 2000s. Extremely high quality gun, build, the parts, everything are very high quality. It's definitely my most accurate 5.56 AK that I own. So I've taken second place 2 years in a row in the iron sight division. I'd like to not have a three-peat. I'm really going to try to go for first place or at least podium again. I would always be happy with that. It's a milled gun, not a lot of options, so I'm just running a factory stock because it had a sling loop on the side. My wooden stocks do not. Polish fatty grip, Bakelite, a little bit of goon tape, highly polished ALG trigger. The thing is just beautiful. Factory safety, slightly tuned. Factory mags, we have a 30-round mag cap on rifles at this match. Every single rifle mag, 30 rounds only. Bakelite foregrip, nice and slick, nice and slim, pretty lightweight. Up front, JMac RRD4C. As far as this thread pitch, it's probably the best break you're going to find. I'm hoping Unrivaled comes out with something in that thread pitch as well. And then, of course, Blue Force Gear AK Sling. It's adjustable. I typically don't adjust it when I'm at the match. I will just swim in and out of it when I'm transitioning and not worry about tensioning it. So that's the rifle setup. Let me show you what I'm running in the dot division the next day. For the dot division, I'm running 7.62. The special thing about that is Kalashnikov does not separate 7.62 from 5.45 and 5.56. You shoot the same division. The only separating factor is optics. You either shoot iron, non-magnified optic, meaning red dot, or a magnified optic or stacked optic. So there's really 3 different divisions. And so I would say at this match, you might be at a little bit of a disadvantage running 7.62 in anything because they don't separate the calibers. However, I ran a Draco last year and came in second overall in the dot division. So, I mean, honestly, if you practice, I'm not so sure a highly tuned 7.62 gun can't keep up with the smaller calibers. So I want to test that again. This is my most accurate 7.62 by 39 AK that I own. This is a kit built by Definitive Arms several years back on a Romy 63 kit, American nitride barrel. I have found to be extremely accurate. I'm running the crutch folder off of my Draco just because I thought it looked cool. I do have the upgraded cheek piece from AMD 65 Tech. Highly recommend it if you're going to run dots with this thing. And it's just nice that it stows very easy. And the best thing about that stock is you get a really nice sling mounting point closer to your receiver. One of the main reasons I decided on this stock, instead of having to sling underneath the wooden stock or on the side like on my milled gun, it's here, kind of in like a more modern position. So I think that will come in handy. Factory grip wrapped with goon tape. One of the ultra rare ultimate ALG triggers. Can't even find these anymore. That's why it has that nickel Teflon color. It's very fast. Sometimes if I'm not careful, I can hammer follow with this thing, so I have to be conscious of that. We're running in the dot division, so RS Regulate AK301M side mount with the RMR upper, running a Trijicon SRO with a Jaegerworks shield. Anyone that watches this channel for any period of time knows that I run this setup on a lot of guns. I just think the SRO is like one of the most perfect AK optics. It sets really nice and low. If you're not worried about the durability, it's a super low mounted optic with a huge field of view, and it's lightweight on an already heavy gun. Internally, we do have a K&S piston. I run it fully closed. Otherwise, I will short stroke. But it does, even fully closed, dampen the recoil slightly. I'm going to try to primarily run Bakelite 30-round magazines because we can only run 30-round mags, and these are just as good as it gets for 7.62 guns. I've never found a mag I like more than the Bakelite mags. I've had these things for like 6-7 years now. Beat the snot out of them. They have tons of rounds through them. They've been through meltdowns on other AKs, and they just keep running, and they look pretty neat. And if you know, you know. Bad Element Co., dude. One of the OGs. And to cap it off, we're running the Unrivaled muzzle brake. I think this has to be one of the best muzzle brakes on the market today, and they happen to make it in 30 cal with 14x1 left-hand threads. And as you can see, this brake has these little threaded holes. You can actually tune your recoil by moving these plugs around. So I've got 2 plugs on the back right open to try to give it a little bit more downward to the left push when I'm shooting. And then that 3-chamber pulls forward so hard, it really cancels out the recoil on this gun, which was already a pretty soft shooter. I didn't say it before, but the safety is standard. I've really been running a lot of standard safeties lately. Like if they're smooth, standard safety is pretty nice. So back to talking about preparation for something like this. So today, the whole goal was getting dope. This match makes us shoot out to 600 yards, and especially with an iron sight gun, it's nice to have a dope sheet. For new beginning shooters, if you don't know what getting dope is, it just means you're getting data on your holdovers out the distance. So for instance, this is a 5.56 AK, 1 7 twist, 16-inch barrel. I would zero this gun at 50 yards, just like a lot of AR-15s, right? And most people that zero at 50 yards know that typically at 50, you're going to be just a little bit high at 100. You're going to be point of aim, point of impact at 200, 300, maybe even close to 400. There's not much drop there. So knowing that, we confirm dope. Always confirm dope. If you ever get like a little hint that you're going to be shooting long range at a match, this match is going to be one stage, but it's like a make or break stage. Typically at this match, if you can do pretty good on all the stages and just finish long range, you're going to finish close to the top because so many people cannot finish the long range, certainly with the AKs. Dude, that was a save. So today, we verified. We shot at 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Super windy today, so the dope isn't that great, but at least we know our elevation. That's the main goal when you're getting dope out to distance. Just know how high you need to hold over the target or under the target, whatever. Because you can't control what the wind might do. You might have a left to right wind one day. You might have a right to left wind. That doesn't really matter. As long as you kind of know height-wise what gets you in that general area, and then you can just make windage calls in the heat of the moment while you're there, because that constantly changes. It's always good to know where you're hitting up close. Shoot a target at 5 yards, 10 yards, 15, 20, whatever. You need to know as you get closer how low your shots are going to hit compared to your sight picture, and when they finally come back up to point of aim, point of impact, wherever you zeroed from. All really good data to have so you're not figuring it out like in the heat of the moment under the clock. As far as pistol goes, I'm not the leading edge on pistols, so all I know is I zeroed it. I've confirmed zero from like 10 to 25. I can hit like a football-sized target out to that distance, which is good enough, I hope. And yeah, verified all my mags are going to work that I've used with this thing. And I verified that my holster has good retention because I'm going to be crawling around, squatting, laying down, whatever. Figure all that out before you commit to the match. And that's really all I can think of. Really check out your gear. Do a lot of dry firing with all your shit on. Put your sling on, your holster on. Put the whole thing on and start dry firing in your living room. Make sure stuff's not falling off, stuff's not getting in your way. If I sling my rifle, does it cover up all my mags? If I sling my rifle, does it cover up my dump pouch and I can't get my mag in there? Whatever that may be, figure all that out way in advance. So I think I'm just going to spend the rest of the day doing a few drills. We shot most of our long range this morning. And then the next time that you see me, we'll be at Kalashnikon. Hopefully not sucking. I know this is the one everyone wants to see in this video, at least. I think it's pretty cool setup. Very resto mod, very hot rod. Looks kind of regular from the outside, but it's got some really, really nice bits on the inside. I forgot about that muzzle blast. Pretty friggin' crazy. Speed up a little bit here. Oh, good save there, dude. All right, it is just so windy, and I've been out here now for like 6 hours, so tired of wasting ammo. Feel pretty good on everything. The ammo I'm shooting on the 7.62 is the old Monarch, the Academy brands, basically bar and all. It's a little snappy in this gun, snappier than I would like for it to be. I think I ran Wolf and Tula last year, and I've been running Wolf and Tula for the most part this year, so I'm very used to that lower recoil. I find the Monarch or the Barnaul to be slightly more accurate, and I find it to have like more reliable, consistent powder charges, certainly because this has a K&S, so I'm just going to run with it. The 5.56 gun, I probably feel more confident with that than I do this one. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know, man. I want to do better with the iron sight gun, but last year I remember saying the same thing. I'm like, I'm just going to go crush on irons. And then I remember taking second place in the dot division with the Draco, which I had no business winning that or coming close to winning that. So that was a big surprise. So I don't know. We'll see. I find myself not really liking the sling setup on this one. You know, I thought I would like the sling loop there a lot closer, but after doing some shooting today, I find the sling getting in the way of reloads on this one more. I do not know why. But anyway, I might just be fatigued because it's been a long day. So, just a quick video. Not a whole lot of thought went into this. I just thought, you know, it'd be cool for you guys to see how much freaking effort goes into preparing for a match. I know some of you that shoot matches already know that, but if you don't, the more effort you put into the prep ahead of time, in my opinion, the better you're going to do. Competition shooting is like 90% mental. You just have to have that internal switch that you flip on and be hyper competitive in game stages and just really push it to 110%. But that extra 10% is all gear and just knowing your holdovers and getting all that lined out. So today was that extra 10%. So yeah, take the time and you'll do better at a match. And hey, if you want any more tips and tricks on how I get ready for a match or any more match preparation videos, just let me know. Seems like the straight up match videos don't do as well, but that's fine. I make those for me because that's what I like to do. So let me know. If there's anything you guys need help on preparing for a match or just shooting AKs at competitions, holla at your boy. All right, see you next time.